Hello and welcome back to the podcast. It's episode 102.
Oh, is it?
It is.
How do you know that? Did I
don't
tell
know.
you by any chance?
I just know these
Twice,
things.
and then you just completely ignored me.
I am joined by my noisy wife.
I'm not noisy, I'm just frustrated. Like, do you even listen to anything that comes out of my mouth?
Nope.
Like, I push record and Ian just looked at me blankly as if I was just sitting here for fun. Anyway, introduce the episode.
So this week we're going to talk about the Bricklink Designer Program Series 1. So this is the third Bricklink Designer Program Series, but Series 1 of the third one. It's confusing.
It is properly confusing. So they had... I don't know what the other one was called.
Yeah, I can't remember what the first one was called.
Yeah. And then the Invitational, and now this is the proper one.
Yeah.
And we went through like 300 odd ideas, and nothing apart from a pomegranate popped out too much. And yet, we've now got the 5 finalists, and I want all of them.
Do you?
Yeah.
So I think...
It's bothering me.
Okay. So I think the first one...
Okay, well, let's... Can I look at more than... Should I go into view details? Because there's only 5.
Look at the details, okay.
Well,
Fancy stuff.
so, Mountain Fortress.
Yes. So, we thought there were quite a lot of castles and forts and
so
harbours and stuff. And so, you just get a bit blind to it all.
Can I get back to look at the 300 and whatever and see if I see a castle that's better than this? I'm not going to do that now. That seems very good.
I've no idea.
But I wonder if I can get back.
You're saying, is this the best castle?
Yeah, like, did this stand out or was there a better option? It seems very similar to the Lion Knight's castle in like the makeup.
I mean,
of
it's
it.
a castle.
Yeah, I know, but like some of
castle-y.
the shaping and the techniques look very similar.
Yeah.
And it's essentially just now got snow. I mean, there's obviously is differences, but it is just a snowy version, in my opinion.
Yes.
I mean, certainly that view seems very similar as well. They might have done a better slope, though.
It's hard to do a worse slope.
Yeah, I know you really hate that slope. Is that a different build, or is that just a very different view?
That's just a very different view, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. That one seems more like there's a massive tower, whereas the others don't seem all that massive tower. Oh, the back is open.
No, isn't it that it opens
Oh,
up?
it opens out.
You got the hinges down the
piece in
middle.
Some close-up pictures. This looks a bit fancy. The crest or whatever. The coat of arms. Oh, no, I don't know. Whatever that's called. Okay, so I like it.
It's okay.
And if I didn't already have the Lion Knight's Castle, I'd want this.
Yep. If we didn't have the Lion Knight's Castle, the
And the
Castle in the
Castle in the
Forest,
Forest.
and 3 in 1, and all the other castles that they keep churning out.
But
Well, people go, we need castles!
Lego don't do castles. They've stopped.
No, they don't do castles. They do hundreds of castles.
There's so many castles.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, yeah. If we didn't already have castles that were perfectly adequate, then fine.
Yeah.
But it's not unique enough
No.
for me to spend my hard-earned cash on this.
Nope.
I like the rocks though. I think the rocks are quite nice. Although they do kind of feel like like the tomb was kind of rolled away esque, just because
They're a bit random.
it doesn't look like a mountain.
No. And it looks like someone's built a castle and then propped up some rocks against
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think it's lovely, but I think this is the one that I can definitely say we don't have to.
Yeah.
I'd like it. Like if I could have all the Lego sets that I like, then I would have it.
But this isn't going to be a cheap set.
No, it will not be.
So, yeah.
So we'll avoid the cheap set, the non-cheap sets. Right. So the next one, Parisian Street. I don't recall this at all.
Yeah, I definitely remember this one.
I probably said I like it because it's a modular-esque, but it's not. This is open back again, isn't it? So it's not. It's not a modular.
A bit more
as
facade-y.
such. Yeah, it's more of a facade, which is good if you've got a wall to put stuff up against. So, and we kind of do we?
Yeah.
Does it say Uptit Bistro? The Uptit Bistro.
Yes.
Oh, I think it's meant to say Au Petit Bistro, but it just looks like it says Uptit.
Uptit.
Uptit. It's quite funny. I mean, this looks big, and it looks lovely.
Yeah.
And I'm all for it.
So I don't know how big it is. I'm assuming more than 64 studs.
Oh, should we keep going? Is that?
Let's have a look. Or maybe
Feel
64.
free to count them. 64, Zulu.
Is it two 16 by 32 base plates side by side? So whether you could actually...
Put them back to back?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot in it.
Yeah, maybe it's bigger than that.
Oh, there's like a little bit in the middle with the stairs.
A little alleyway.
Yeah. So
that looks a little. The alleyway looks very disjointed.
What? Because it just looks like someone's chopped out a bit of the the street, and it doesn't look like that from the very first picture. Yeah, look, upped it bistro. Yeah. From this angle, you don't even notice it, so it's interesting. Now, my concern with this one, for someone who already has a city, that every time they do something like this, I'm gonna want it, but I have nowhere to put it.
Yeah.
So, like, the Venetian houses are just sat on the floor in this room.
Yeah.
Because I love them, I wanted them, but where am I going to put them? I kind of feel like I need another room, it's getting out of hand, isn't it?
Yeah.
With just Bricklink Designer buildings in to make my own Bricklink Designer city.
Right.
Like, I find it really hard to say, no, I don't need this, because I like it. So I don't really know what to do.
So this will come down to price on this one, whether it's worth it.
But I really like it. But do I want...
You said if you can rebuild it into a 32 by 32...
then it wouldn't be so bad.
Then yeah.
But why can't I have a 16 by 64? That's the same real estate.
Put in.
Well, if we're going to put it along the back of the city, that would work fine.
What, where the train track is?
Okay, well, maybe it can go on top of the train track.
Where the Winter Chalet's going.
Okay, maybe we need another house. So I'm trying to work out if I want this for the build experience and then I would sell it on. So
I'm not imagining the build experience is going to be all that
that's
much
exactly
different
the
to
thing.
a modular.
I don't find the Bricklink Designer ones, the experience is worth it. Because it's always... It was a bit of a pain to build, but I'm glad that I've got this final product. Yeah. And so if I'm not going to then keep the final product, do I do it or not? But the problem is, if I change my mind after the whole crowdsourcing thing, I'm out of luck.
Yes.
So there's a very big fear factor in these that means you're spending money that you maybe shouldn't be. And I find it hard. I do really, really like this one. So I think if I was going to, money no object, pick the ones I wanted... This would be on it.
Okay.
What about for you?
Maybe.
Okay, we'll put them in order of like how much we like them in a second. Okay, the old train engine shed. Trying to work out what I think of this one.
So I think we saw this one when it was on Lego Ideas, didn't we?
Yes, I think so.
And it hit 10k.
Yeah. So it is a sweet build, and I kind of feel like it doesn't look massive, but is it more massive than I realise?
I don't know.
So this is where you would work on the train, essentially. It's like a sidings kind of thing. Yeah. So it's interesting, but I don't think I love it enough to want it. If we were really big on trains, I mean, we have quite a lot of trains.
We do, but all of our trains are in loops because that way the trains can go round. This is double dead end, isn't it? So
a double dead end.
Yeah, both sides are dead ends.
Yeah. And
the track is raised.
So this doesn't fit very well. I really like this pole thing. It looks pretty accurate. And it's nice part usage as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know where we would put this.
No. And obviously you could take the track out and replace it with standard track because they've used the old style straights and then put tiles down. Right.
Oh yeah, I see.
Which is how you then get kind of the inspection pit.
Yeah, so you can go under.
Which is also why it needs to be raised. Yeah. So you've got that. But for us, it wouldn't work.
And so does that mean we're not getting it?
I think we're not getting it.
Could you do something with the building and put something else in it? Is the building interesting to you? Or is it the fact that it's a engine shed the actual interesting part?
I don't know. So I tend to find that things we put in the city, it doesn't matter what's on the inside because you can't see it.
Yeah.
And the outside of this building is not an amazing thing that I've gone, I really want that building in the city.
I think
a lot of the details inside look really cool and I think would be fun to build.
Yeah.
But then they'd just be lost in the city. So I don't see us.
So you don't even want to get this to build it to get rid of it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It might be a case of looking through the instructions and sourcing parts to do some of the small builds maybe and trying to find a way to put them in. But yeah, I think that's about it for this one.
So actually out of 3 so far, we're still just on 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought we were going to be doing worse than that, so that's good. Right, Snack Shack. It's a snack shack.
Yep. I'm not interested in this.
You're not interested in it. Why? Because of the
Not really
seagull.
interesting.
I think
We've
it's
got a lot of like
eateries.
yeah, but like mobile eateries specifically. So a lot of we've got like a taco truck, ice cream vans, slushy vans, all those things, and they're slightly brighter, more fun. This is going for more of a realism kind of view.
Like the newspaper element over here.
But you know, if we were doing our eateries in the theme park,
Even a rat. Yeah, this just looks uninviting.
It wouldn't work. It wouldn't fit in with everything. So
This is the kind of snack shack you'd find on the side of a road, right?
yeah,
Chicken leg. So we don't care about this one either.
no,
Oh, the rat moved. Okay.
they do that.
Okay, so that's good. So we're now still 1 for 4. So I looked at this round and I thought this was gonna be expensive, and now I'm slightly feeling a little bit better about it. I'm glad we've had this conversation. This is kind of why we do the podcast, so that we can actually make decisions together.
Yes,
Right, the general store. Do you like it?
I do.
Me too.
It won't go in the city though.
No, it's just the wrong kind of aesthetic. Unless we have like a themed part of the city.
I suppose you could turn it into a pub in the kind of theme park.
Yeah, I mean it is nice. It's got a little wagon. Oh, and look at the cactus.
The vulture ball build is quite
Up
fun.
here?
Yeah.
You do like your brick built animals.
Yeah.
Where's the inside? I'd like to see what's inside. It's very... Oh, hello. Oh, so it has got like a bar in. It looks bar-y.
Yeah, it's got...
It's a general store, so
yeah.
it's got... You can buy briefcases and hats.
But yeah, you know, have this in the amusement park, get some cowboy minifigs kind of as the waiters.
Or we could just not get it at all.
Or we could not get it at all. Yeah, that's another option.
I like getting the Bricklink Designer ones. They just... I thought I wanted 5.
Okay.
Now I'm getting 1.
Yeah.
If that... You're saying it's based on price? With that
I think everything's based on price, isn't it? I mean...
Well, there could be a design that you're like, no matter the cost, I want that.
That's never going to happen.
Okay. Try and think of a scenario where
we've got to try and, you know, when this comes out and we find out the price, people will start comparing it to other Lego sets of that price. But we very rarely pay full price on any Lego set.
Yeah.
You know, so particularly expensive sets. Expensive sets, you're always waiting for an offer or a full day or something to get.
You can't use any AFOL discount on this.
This is the price it comes out at. That is the price you have to pay.
Yeah. Or you pay 3 times the price if you don't get it at this price. Okay. Let's go back.
So it will be interesting to see what happens. I mean, obviously, these don't have any IP in them, so they could end up being cheaper because of that. A lot of people talk about the IP tax, which isn't really a thing. But...
You sure?
Yeah.
Why is it not
Lego
a thing?
charge what they think people will pay. If something's an IP based, Lego knows people will pay more for it.
Right, so it's not that they're making you pay more because they've got to pay the licence. They
just know that they can get more out of you.
Fair enough. So, no, yes, no, no, no. Is that where we're leaning at the moment? Or no, yes, no, no, yes? Or yes,
no,
yes,
maybe,
yes, yes,
no,
yes?
No, maybe.
No, maybe, no, no, maybe. Okay.
I suspect it's more likely no, yes, no, no, maybe.
Okay, well, because it's the one that I like.
Yeah.
Well, you like it too, right?
Yeah, that's okay. But would I buy it over another modular? We will have to see how much it costs.
I love buildings. I can't not love the buildings.
It's nice. That alley is weird.
Yeah. You could maybe just take the
have
alley
to
out.
take the alley out. What?
I feel like there's a song. Alley out. Alley out. Alley... No. Why is it taking until February for the crowdfunding? That's a question I've heard a lot of people ask.
I don't know. I'm guessing this is now where...
They get to finalise their designs and make sure that they're good?
Yeah.
Okay. So they'll probably need time for that.
Which means that it's possible that they get cancelled.
And do you think they have a backup? Or
I think they've probably chosen ones which are fairly safe.
Right.
I mean, there's nothing all that kind of intricate looking about any of the sets. As we said, the Mountain Fortress is using techniques which we've seen in Castle in the Forest and Lion Knights and 3-in-1. So there's nothing that drastic in there. It might be that they have to change it a bit to make it more sturdy, but you know, I can't see a major thing. Frisian Street, similarly, it's a modular.
Yeah.
There not really any worries there.
No, you just stack bricks on top of each other and it's normally fine. So the same with the engine shed. That's
Yep,
a
it's
building.
quite a narrow building, so therefore there's not going to be anything
You're
that
right.
much.
These all look very sturdy designs, so they're not risky, are they?
Yeah. I mean, obviously there may be some details in some of them which turn out to be too difficult for people to build.
Yeah.
Well, that hasn't really stopped them in the previous rounds. So, attaching that roof on stud gate.
Yeah, that was fun.
So I think they will go through. I would assume that Lego have already done all of the necessary checks that the IP rights are there.
IP rights? What do you mean?
Also, like the old train engine shed, the guy hasn't sold the design to a different
right,
company,
okay. You mean
kind of...
like the actual people's? Because I was going to say they're not IP ones. Do you ever see us like taking down our city and going, right, we're just going to build a castle land in this entire space and put bigger, like massive castles in? No.
I don't know. I mean, with the amount of castles they took it out, maybe. But I don't see us ever going down the route of having a huge number of mocks in the city.
Right.
That's not what we do. We have Lego sets, and then we modify them and add bits around to make it into a city and to incorporate the sets. That's what we like doing.
Okay.
And so, if you went, right, we're going to just have castles, yes, they're coming out with quite a few, but still that's not enough to fill a room.
Well, you could like put them. That one could be on a big mountain, and the other one could be in a forest, and you can do the scenery around it, and actually just have a land of castles and like your little armies walking around. I don't know, or like we'd do a western. Like when we did our fairground, we had all these rides, and we were like, we need to cut some of these out because we don't have the real estate to do a really detailed fairground.
Yeah.
Do you ever see us going, right, well, let's just do a fairground and like make a massive fairground?
No.
Because you're going to get bored with it, aren't you? You're going to say, right, actually I want to do a massive coral underwater scene and take up the whole room doing that. That's a lot of rejigging and...
It is, and it's also then, there's a few rides that we've not got that we would like in the fairground.
Yeah.
But after that, there's then some which we've not put in because we've not got enough space.
I want bumper cars.
Yeah, you want a bumper cars one, but that's pretty much having to do a mock because they do have little bumper car things, but never in a ride.
Yeah, and they're sort of slimmed down, or dumbed down.
So, maybe we could, at a push, double the size of ours.
But it
But after that, you're then either getting sets that you don't really like, or you're doubling up on sets.
Well, you could be doing like really big eatery areas.
Yeah.
Areas? No, that is a word. You say eatery areas. Like, can you say eatery areas?
Eatery areas?
But doesn't that sound weird? Eatery areas.
No.
You just feel like you're saying a word that's going on and on. Eatery areas. No? Just me.
Just you.
Eateries. That's enough.
Yeah.
I don't need the areas. Zone.
Yeah.
If in doubt, say a different word.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that, but I just think...
Right, you could do the car park.
Yay.
Wouldn't that be exciting? A little hotel where you can stay. Like you could...
So you may as well just do a city then.
Yeah, it's true. It's fair. I'm just wondering, like, when your city's done, what do you do next? But I think you just keep expanding or swapping things in and out for things you like better.
I think that's pretty much how it works.
Yeah. So we're almost certainly going to get one. We may end up with two. How do you feel about trying to invest in some?
I don't know. So, like, when the invitation was out, it seemed a bit rubbish. There were so few sets. Everyone wanted them. We had no idea what was going on, if there was going to be another round of them.
Yeah.
And so that felt like you were properly depriving someone of the choice.
Yeah.
Now with this whole... They're trying to do this 4 times a year. There's going to be so many of them churning out. That's less of an issue.
There's going to be so many of this specific round.
No, like every 3 months.
But if someone really wants these ones...
Yeah.
You'd still be depriving them, right?
But I think the point is that there was so much demand for the Invitational because it was a new thing, because people wanted to be involved in it.
You reckon? They're going to see less...
Whereas I think with this, it's more, every 3 months you get to try and buy a set. There's less of that excitement around it. So there are still going to be people who want the sets, but there's less people who are kind of chasing that experience.
Right.
And so, and if they don't get the set that they really want, if it's a castle, there'll be another castle. What we see in these things is there are lots and lots of castles.
Yeah.
So, if there's something really unique and specific that comes out that someone wants, they'll probably be able to get one.
Well, they've doubled the number of sets they're making from 10,000 to 20,000.
Yeah.
So I guess there's maybe less demand because there are more of them. Because there were some where they didn't crowdfund up to the 10,000, did they? So maybe it's no longer going to be a rarity.
Yeah.
I guess it says that if they get up to 3,000 pre-orders, then it will be made. So 3,000 is the minimum and 20,000 is the maximum. Should people be going out and making sure they buy that 17,000 shortfall so that fans in the future have the ability to buy these sets? Like, should we be looking out for that? Those new Lego fans?
No, that's just lying to yourself.
Well, I'm going to get this for the new Lego fans, but secretly I'm just justifying buying them for me.
I mean, the thing is, as I say, with this coming out so often, are they going to go up in value in the same way we've seen the previous ones? Probably not.
Well, there are people out there who like to collect Lego Ideas sets.
Yes.
And this is similar. So do you think there's someone out there, I've got to have them all?
I think there may be, but, in 2 years' time, do I think someone coming into the hobby will go, I've got to get all of these, when you're looking at 20 sets a year?
Well, exactly. That's a lot of money. Like Lego Ideas, they don't say yes to that many sets.
No.
So you're looking at, say, 5 sets a year tops.
Yeah, it depends with Lego Ideas how you classify it, whether the competition ones count and the gift with purchase ones count.
I think the Lego Ideas people, if it's branded Lego Ideas, then they want it.
But that's definitely cheaper. And I think, but even then, someone coming in now, trying to get all of the old ones,
I bet there's people doing it.
there will be some people who do it, but for a lot of people, it's just, you just can't justify the price.
Yeah, I suppose. Unless you're a millionaire. Okay.
The question is, are we going to get better submissions in the next one? Or the current one?
It's a good
Can you
question.
see which ones
I don't know.
come
Is
in?
it already...
Or is it you're in the submission phase and it won't show you until the end of that which ones are actually in it? Yeah, so at the moment you can just submit them. You can't see what has been
Crowd
submitted.
support comes June 12th.
Yeah.
So, and then again we find out August, but we can't crowdfund until June. So this one, when was the crowdfunding for the one that was February? February, March.
Yeah.
February. So they're not on the 4 a year yet because that's 3 a year based on those between them. Interesting. Okay. So I think we should try and aim for no more than one a time, just money wise.
Okay.
Like that should be like an unwritten rule. Which is our favourite one? Get that. You know that I'm gonna instantly say no if there's 2 that I want.
Yeah.
So okay.
What if we disagree on which our favourite one is?
Then we get 2.
Okay.
Or 7. Can't get 7.
Can you not?
No, because they only pick 5.
But you get 2 of some.
Oh.
Can you? Can you do that?
I don't know. Limit of 2 of each set per household.
Yeah. So you could technically buy 10 each round.
Well, who's got that kind of cash?
Don't know. If they think it's going to be a good investment, then maybe people will do it.
Yeah. I think it's still to be seen whether it's going to be a good investment or not. And that's the thing. Get the ones that you love, and then if you decide you don't love them, at least you then maybe
we've
have
seen
an
that with
investment.
people from the previous ones. They've got a set. By the time it's actually turned up, they've realised that maybe it was a bit too much of a hype-inspired buy. And then they've seen people build it and not been that impressed. And so then they've gone on to sell it.
Yeah. And that's okay. I don't think that's being cheeky.
Yeah.
And I'm getting to the point where if you're trying to invest in Lego to fund your Lego habit, I don't think that's that bad a thing. I think it's a necessary evil. It's the people who just invest to take the joy away from others. Like, I don't know. I don't know if that's why they're doing it. They're not. That's clearly not the reason why they're doing it.
No, they're doing it to make money.
To make money. Okay.
Okay. So let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you want to check out any of our previous episodes, then Carrie will link a playlist somehow, somewhere, someday.
Yeah. And also, I am moving to a new podcasting provider.
Are you?
So some older podcasts will become available again. I don't know what that will look like in people's podcast things, but the aim is to have the entire backlog there as opposed to...
Because the entire backlog is available on YouTube.
On YouTube, but at the moment not on things like Spotify and stuff. So that will come back. Also, if you've got any questions for our 104th episode, then leave those in the comments or send us a DM on Instagram, and we will add it to the list.
Cool.
Back to you. Sorry.
Okay. I think that's it from me. So we will catch you next week for another exciting episode of the Bodcast.
Bye.
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 Stop it. Don't like it when you do this. So mean.
Bye.
Bye.